Have you ever wondered if animals, especially cats, can show kindness in the same way humans do? We often see them as independent, sometimes aloof creatures. But today, I want to share a story that might just change your perspective forever. It's a tale about a small, scruffy street cat who taught an entire community the true meaning of compassion. So, settle in, and let's dive into the incredible story of the cat who shared her fish. Our story begins in a bustling coastal town, famous for its lively fish market. Every morning, as the fishermen brought in their fresh catch, the air would fill with the salty smell of the sea and the excited chatter of vendors and customers. And every morning, without fail, a small calico cat would appear. She was a stray, with fur a little matted and eyes that held the cautious wisdom of a life. Lived on the streets, the locals knew her. They'd watch as she sat patiently, never begging, never causing a fuss, just observing the morning's activities from a safe distance. The fishmongers had grown fond of this quiet observer. They admired her patience. One kind-hearted vendor, a man named Mr. Chun, started a little ritual. Each day, after he had set up his stall, he would pick out a small, fresh fish and toss it to the waiting cat. "Here you go, little one," he'd say with a smile. The cat would gracefully catch it, give a soft meow of thanks, and then something incredible would happen. Anyone would expect a hungry street cat to devour the fish on the spot, but she didn't. Instead, she would carefully pick up the fish in her mouth and trot away, her tail held high. The first few times this happened, Mr. Chun just chuckled, assuming she had a secret, quiet spot to enjoy her meal. He thought she was just being a typical, private cat. But one morning, his curiosity got the better of him. Where did this little cat go with her prize every single day? So, he decided to follow her. He kept a respectful distance, weaving through the crowded market streets, trying not to startle her. The cat trotted with a clear sense of purpose, her little legs moving quickly. She turned down a narrow alley, away from the noise and chaos of the market. Mr. Chun peeked around the corner, and what he saw made his heart skip a beat. There, at the end of the alley, sat an elderly beggar. He was frail, with clothes that had seen better days, and he was leaning against the cold brick wall, his head down. He looked tired and lonely, almost invisible to the world rushing by. The little cat walked right up to him, gently placed the fish at his feet, and then sat down, purring softly as if to say, "This is for you." The old man's face, etched with hardship, broke into a gentle smile. He looked at the cat with eyes full of gratitude and affection. "Oh, my dear friend," he whispered, his voice raspy, "you've come again." He then carefully took the fish and, using a small, makeshift grill he had, began to cook his morning meal. The cat didn't leave. She stayed with him, a silent companion, until he had finished eating. Only then would she give a final, soft meow and wander off, perhaps to find a scrap for herself later in the day. Mr. Chun was speechless. He had witnessed an act of pure, unselfish love. This tiny, hungry stray cat, who had every reason to think only of her own survival, was choosing to feed someone she saw as more in need than herself. It wasn't a one-time thing. This was their daily routine, a sacred ritual of kindness shared between two forgotten souls at the edge of a busy town. The next day, Mr. Chun didn't just give the cat one fish. He gave her two, a large one and a small one. He watched again as she picked up the larger fish and, without a moment's hesitation, carried it down the familiar alley to her elderly friend. She then returned to the market to eat the smaller one he had left for her. Her selflessness was astounding. The story began to spread throughout the market. Other vendors, moved by what they heard, started to contribute. One would give the old man a piece of bread, another a warm cup of tea. The community, inspired by a small cat, began to see the old man not as a fixture of the alley, but as a person. They started talking to him, learning his name, hearing his stories. The alley, once a place of loneliness, became a place of connection. This little calico cat, with no possessions and an empty stomach, had more to give than many of us could imagine. She didn't have much, but she shared what she had. She reminds us that true kindness isn't about how much you have to give, but about the heart with which you give it. It's about recognizing the needs of others and choosing to put them before your own, even when you have very little yourself. Her story shows us that compassion is a universal language, understood by all living beings. This small feline didn't just feed a hungry man. She fed an entire community's soul. She sparked a wave of generosity that transformed the lives of both the giver and the receiver. She taught everyone who witnessed her daily act of love that kindness is a choice, and it's a choice we can all make, no matter our circumstances. It's a powerful reminder that even the smallest act of goodness can create ripples that spread far and wide, changing the world in ways we might never expect. What do you think of this amazing story? Have you ever witnessed an animal showing such incredible empathy? Let me know in the comments below. Your stories and thoughts mean the world to us. And if you found this tale as heartwarming as I did, please consider showing your support. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Every bit of engagement helps us continue to bring these inspiring stories to light. Thank you for being a part of this community. We'll see you in the next video with another incredible tale. Stay kind and take care.